Well, good morning. Welcome to today's morning meeting. We've got a lot of information I'm going to be covering for you today as a real estate agent to help you in growing your real estate business. We're going to talk about what's happening with the attorneys and the whole lawsuit, the case that way, what's going on with the NAR, and most importantly, what's going on with real estate agents that actually want to succeed in today's market. So that's going to be some of our topics here today. I do believe they're trying to crush realtors. We'll talk a little bit about that today as well. And I think you'll find some guidance that's really going to help you to grow your real estate business and start closing a lot more transactions here. So first and foremost, welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single week to help you in growing your real estate business, provided you're following the page here. And today's topic is a big one because we are going to talk about what the attorneys have done, what their intentions are, what's going on with NAR, and more importantly, what's going on with the agents that are actually going to succeed. There is no question whatsoever. There's an awful lot of agents that have already folded. Nothing has even changed as of today's date, and they've already folded. They're scared. They're nervous. They don't know what to do. And frankly, they weren't doing well before these things happened, but they'll certainly use it as an excuse as to why they haven't been making money, even though things have not changed yet. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. You know, ultimately what's happened is the attorneys representing the victims by getting them $20 out of the lawsuit, yet they made, tens of millions of dollars. Hell, when we sold them a home, we got them $100 fruit basket, right? But they represented the victims and got them $23 or something. The fact is, what they really did to the industry as a whole is they threw a grenade in a room and slammed the door. And here's all of us to deal with it, right? Like they got paid for this, but there was really nobody compensated for this other than the attorneys. And now here we are dealing with consumers, dealing with, oh, I heard I don't have to pay commissions anymore. Just really literally threw a concussion grenade and slammed us in there, locked us into that room. That's what's already starting, but is going to continue happening as well. I'm not worried about it. You shouldn't be worried about it, but there's an awful lot of agents that don't handle turbulence very well. And those are the agents that are going to be struggling. The fact is, with all the changes and now the new rules and disclosure and signing agreements and exclusive agreements and all of that stuff, what the attorneys have done is created an awful lot of future work for themselves. I think we can all agree on that. Like, there's going to be a lot of people suing people. There's going to be a lot of issues that are coming up here. And I think they've created a lot of future work for themselves. So, the only thing we care about is our own individual businesses. My concern for you is to make sure you're closing lots of deals. Now, no matter what happens in the market, if you're a real estate agent, you ebb and flow. You go with the business, right? Whatever we need to change, whatever we need to adjust, we'll do. We're going to work around it. We're going to find a way to succeed. And as long as you stay focused on success, you are going to make that happen for yourself. The fact is, all these people, AI is going to replace real estate. And, the attorneys literally think they can do what we do. They literally think they're taking our job, right? Like, oh, there's not going to be a need for a real estate agent. Well, you know what the problem is? First of all, yes, an attorney can fill out a contract, okay? But they also charge you to do that stuff. Real estate agents don't charge you to do that. See, if you write a contract and you don't get accepted, sorry, you didn't get accepted. Here's my bill. Write another contract, didn't get accepted. Sorry, here's my bill. We don't charge for that, but they really believe that they're going to succeed in crushing real estate agents. And that's certainly not going to be the case. Many of you know with my inner circle coaching, one of the core foundations we teach is getting immediate listings every single week. And we start with a for sale by owner approach. For sale by owners, how many times have you met with them and they're like, oh, well, I already have an attorney to fill out the contract. Do you have a buyer to sign the contract? Because it seems like you're prepared. Hell, you might as well hire the moving truck. What you don't have is a buyer. What an attorney can't get is a buyer. So I think there's a lot of disruption they're trying to create. It's not going to change those that are successful. Yes, it's going to clean house. Yes, it's going to get rid of an awful lot of agents. What I want to talk about today is some of the things you need to be doing so you too can succeed and actually thrive with everything that's going on right now. So with that in mind, I really look at this as a huge opportunity for real estate agents. There's no question that everybody's standing there stunned. They've been punched in the mouth, right? They're standing there, they got a nosebleed, and they've never had this happen before, and they're stunned, and they don't know what to do. That's the time you need to know what to do, take action. Like that's if you've ever watched a boxing match before, because by the way, realtors are also your competitors. So if you see that that competitor is stunned, that's when you go after them. If you see you hurt the right eye, that's when you go after the right eye. You look for those opportunities. And the fact is, we are legal, moral, ethical. We do everything we're supposed to do the right way, but it's not our fault the other agents are sitting there and don't know what to do. They have no direction. They're not here today watching. What do I need to do to start getting some more closings for myself? So this is an opportunity for you to pounce, to get your ads out there, to pick up a lot more motivated buyers and sellers, and to get the kind of results you're looking for. You know why? Everybody else is sleeping. Everybody else is staggering, stunned with what's happened to them, what's going to happen to them. Hell, it hasn't even this is the assumption that things are going to be changed and so difficult and everything else. That is enough to get them to stop. All you have to do is have specific instruction on exactly what we need to do. You know, the fact is, our ads today, our ads are generating better response than ever before. If you're running ads for buyers or you're running ads for sellers, you are seeing a higher response than you ever have before. Now, there's multitude of reasons for that. Number one, election is not close enough yet, so you don't have people bidding for those ads. So you're getting a lower cost that way. But more importantly, a lot of agents have pooled their advertising. They're literally doing nothing. If I say, what's your average ad cost per closing? They'd say, oh, well, I don't have any closings from that because I'm not doing that. So I don't spend any money. So I don't make any money. So like I'm not really in the business. I just wait on people that know me to work with me. And 99% of my business comes from past. Then your business sucks. If you're going to succeed, you have to learn how to turn advertising into profit. And right now is the greatest time we've ever seen. I've been doing this for 25 years. I have never seen such a low cost per closing if you're running good ads. The other agents aren't competing with you. They're not running ads. And frankly, our offers are so good now. We have dreamed of having a position where interest rates are higher than they've been in a long, long time. So we can do these assumable mortgages and get the deals closed in 45 days as mandated by the feds. Like this has to be done in 45 days. Agents will find I tried one before and it took 8 months. Then you suck. Like this is your fault. The training you had, whoever you had negotiating your deal for, certainly you weren't negotiating the deal with the lending servicer, right? The loan servicing department wasn't dealing with you. What are you doing? Maybe we need to fix your game, up your game, so you can generate a lot more closings for yourself. The only reason I meet with you every single week is I want you to succeed. But sometimes I got to shake you up a little bit. I got to show you what needs to change because the current approach may not be getting us where we need to go. And what I found is if somebody's taking the wrong path and they intersect with truth, that can change their direction. That can get them to do things a little differently here. So if you look at the offers that you're using, some of the things that we use successfully for thousands of closings a month all over the country, the perfect home finder. Get access to unlisted and pre-market homes before anybody else knows they're for sale. If you're working with me as your real estate agent, you will never be in a multiple offer situation because you'll be the only one that knows about it. There are no pictures. There is no link I can send you. There's not a sign in the front yard, and there's not a lockbox on the door because you're the first one to know about them. You tell me where you want to live, area, price range, neighborhood, certain amenities you want in the home, and my marketing team will go out to find a group of home, not one, a group of homes for you to look at before they hit the open market. No, it's not a pocket listing. They didn't agree to list with me. Stop trying to find reasons not to make money. Get yourself trained up on what's actually working today. Let's talk about those assumable loans. We have dreamed of finding people that have a 1.8% interest rate all the way up to a 4 or 4.5% interest rate with an assumable loan. Let me tell you a little bit of news you may not be aware of. 100% of FHA and VA loans are assumable by law. They must be assumable. Now, the problem is the agents are trying to do it themselves. It's taken too long. They don't know how to get this account. The VA just put out a notice that every servicer must get these done within 45 days, or they're not allowed to do VA anymore. They must get these done within 45 days. Who's negotiating this for you? Who do you have handling this on your behalf? It better not be you, because there's 3 escalations that you can utilize if that servicer is not doing what they're supposed to do. And they're not going to, because they don't make money off of this. You're a pain in their ass. So they're not going to do what they're supposed to do. Did you escalate it? Did you then get it to a manager? Did you then get it to an executive? Did you then get it to a vice president? This thing is going to be done in 45 days. But you got to get trained up on how to do this. Well, wait a minute, Greg. What about the gap? If you don't know how to deal with the freaking gap, you're not a qualified real estate agent for today's marketplace. You need to learn how to do this. Wait a minute, Greg. What if the VA buyer doesn't have a VA certificate? Won't my seller? You need to get trained up on how to make money in today's market. Do you agree interest rates are higher than they've been in decades? You need to know how to sell today. Are you really sitting around finding reasons not to succeed? Like, let me explain something to you. The quality of the list that you're getting, first of all, should be people that bought their home 2019 to 2021, because that's when rates were lower. It certainly shouldn't be at another time. It should be 2019 to 2021. COVID houses. People that bought homes during COVID when money was free and the government was sending money out to everybody, and everybody just spends money on anything that they want to. That's the list you're going at. Wait a minute, Greg. What about the equity? Don't you need a second? Get trained up on what you need to do to succeed in today's market, or sit home, make a bunch of excuses for yourself, and be broke. You know how long you're going to be broke? Just like anything that's broke, until it gets fixed. It's going to remain broke. If your car is broken, you know when it's going to be fixed? When you take it to be fixed. It's going to cost you money to do it. It costs you a lot more money not to have a car, because that vehicle is not going to take you where you need to go. You need to get trained up on what's working today. You know why your ads don't work? Because your ads suck. If the offer's no good, like, try this. Contact me for unlisted homes that are not yet on the market with mortgages already in place between 2% and 4.5%. There's only 27 years left on the mortgage. I think I'll get responses. Well, wait, Greg. Well, then how would I actually find? Well, now you're asking yourself the right questions. Now you're getting trained up on what you need to do to make money in today's market. Do you know how many buyers are frustrated that they can't afford a home right now? Okay. Low prices are back. Low interest rates are back. Here's exactly how much the mortgage payment is every month, because you're just going to do that. Like, it's already done. There's only 26 and a half years left on this mortgage. Would you like a 26 and a half year mortgage at 3%? Or do you want me to go through a lender, have closing costs, need to pay for an appraisal, and get 7.5% on a 30-year mortgage? Which is better for you? What are you doing as an agent? Why don't you talk to a 98-year-old realtor? Because there's a whole bunch of them around that didn't play their cards right when they were in their 30s and in their 40s and in their 50s and in their 60s, and they're still dealing with debt in their 70s. I think I said steal instead of still, but they're still, they might be stealing, I don't know. But they don't have the kind of money they need to make. But you know what they know? Back in the day when they were doing assumable loans, because interest rates went up so much, they had to do assumable loans or they couldn't sell shit. Go ask them. Go ask them if they were around back when they had to do assumable loans, because interest rates were 17%. I saw The Economist yesterday. I'm sure you guys saw it as well, that said they don't believe interest rates are going to go down for 2 to 5 years. Personally, I don't agree with that. But what the hell do I know? I know what I want. I don't know what's actually going to happen. But inflation reports came out again today that it's higher than anticipated. It's not going the way they think it's going to go. But again, there's a lot of ignorance in the market. I can't tell you how many people I see, just in general world, even outside of real estate, how many people I meet with that are like, these prices are crazy. Until we get inflation under control, until we get a new president, until we get a new government, until we get a new Fed, these prices are outrageous. Listen, dummy, they're trying to get it down to be 2% higher next year. If they get to their goal, it's going to cost more next year. What are you talking about? Prices drop. Why would prices? They're not even trying to get prices to drop. Do you not understand how economic, like, part of your job as a real estate agent is to educate your consumers on this. If they do get inflation under control, it still goes up more on a yearly basis. They're hoping it goes up 2%. A $400,000 home would be 408. The crazy price you pay for bread right now, you pay for broccoli right now, you pay for beef right now. It will be more if they reach their goal. You know, a good way to save money? Assume a loan at the lower rates. Hell, pay $10,000 premium for that. It's still worth it. Because by the way, when you bought a home and rates were 2.5%, you paid a hell of a lot more than 10,000 more than it was worth. You paid 100,000 more and somebody else beat you with another offer. That's how much it costs to get low rates. Now you can get low rates and you only pay an extra 10 or 20 grand. Come on. You need to step up as a real estate agent. Those of you that remember a couple of months ago, I closed down enrollment in my inner circle coaching. I said, you can't even sign up for my stuff anymore. I'm focusing on my agents. I'm getting them closing lots of deals. I'm letting them take advantage of today's market. I'm giving them every single resource that they need. And look at what's happening. Those agents are crushing it in today's market. They're closing more deals than they ever have before. And all the other agents are sitting there with a nosebleed, stunned. They've been punched in the mouth and the punch hasn't even came yet. It was July. Now it's bumped to August and they have no idea what to do. They sit there complaining that rates are too high. Inflation's outrageous. Nobody can afford a home. All of this crap they're saying, and we're closing lots of deals. You know what's happening? That middle is starting to divide. They're gutting the middle. They're gutting that middle class real estate agent. They're gone. You're either doing better or you're doing worse. They are gutting the middle. And we are going to continue to see this happening over and over and over. It's your responsibility to fix it. Because I got bad news for you. I want to make sure you're listening to me. Biden ain't coming to help you. Hold on. Trump ain't coming to help you. Whose responsibility is it? It's your responsibility to fix your business. It's your responsibility to know how to sell in today's marketplace. Let's be real about that. You got all these other politically correct real estate coaches out there doing all their BS to try and sell you something. I said, I don't need any freaking money. I'm doing just fine. I want my agents to succeed. You can't give me money. I have nothing for sale. You can't join my membership, but I'm going to give you the truth. You know why? Because everybody else has an alternative agenda. They want you to believe a certain way so that you'll act a certain way. Only thing I want you to do is close a whole bunch of business. I don't get a penny from that. I want you to succeed. But look, you better pay attention to who you're following. You better pay attention to who you are unsubscribing from, because it's not pushing you forward. It's not getting you what you need to have in today's marketplace. We have next week, I'm going to be doing a Assumable Loans training. We already did one for Inner Circle members, but there are an awful lot of agents that are struggling out there right now that have buyers that if they could just qualify for $50,000 or $100,000 more, they would be able to get into home ownership. I feel like we owe it to them as a duty, right? I feel like if we have a VA that wants to buy a home and they can't afford 7.5%, but I can get them 3%, I think we owe it to our community to really do the very best job that we can. And frankly, we're qualified on monthly mortgage payment, right? So if you're qualified to $2,650 a month right now, that doesn't get you much home. But 3.5%, you get double the home. Oh, you were only qualified to 400. You're good to 700 now. You're good to 750 now. You can actually qualify to buy a home at a prearranged mortgage amount. So next week, I'm going to be doing a training on this. I haven't figured out how I'm doing it. I'm going to be doing it for the public. It probably will be a small fee to run you through how to do this, because I think agents don't know how to handle that gap. They don't know how to handle the assumption itself. They don't know how to ensure it gets done in 45 days. They didn't even know they could hire a processor to do this for them so that they don't have to do it themselves. That processor will guarantee that that deal gets done in a short period of time. They don't know how to handle the VA deal versus the FHA deal. What if they don't have a VA certificate? All of that crap, they just haven't been taught how to do this, so they can't be expected to go out and make money. But I got to tell you, there are deals happening that are closing today. I'm recording this live. Today is May 14th. There are deals that will close today where an FHA buyer is getting a new loan and they are buying this house, and that title company, the escrow company, is paying off the 3% FHA loan that the previous seller had. That's from agent ignorance, and it's not fair to our real estate environment. It's not fair to the buyers and sellers, to our community that we service. It's a lack of education on our part, our responsibility to show them, Hell, let's give them an extra $5,000 for that house if you can take over that 3% mortgage. And as long as they are free and clear, as long as the seller has no responsibility thereafter, as long as the gap is covered, no, you don't have to have a second mortgage. All of this, the agents just don't know. They're looking for reasons this isn't going to work. Well, what about the homeowners that have $280,000? Why the hell are you going after them? That's not your prospect. That's not who we're doing. Get a different list. You have to get coached up on how to do this the right way, because I'm telling you what's happened to the economy, what's happened to real estate, what's happened to NAR. Realtors are being stomped on right now. They are being crushed like an ant below your shoe. And unbelievable colonies of ants are being crushed in one fell swoop, one step. They're crushing all of them. And that's why, all the opinions out there, Greg, why do you hate NAR? Because NAR sucks. That's why. Because they're incompetent, because they thought their in-house attorney was going to what are they going to do? Sue me? Really? Can I please have you use the same attorney that represented you on the last deal? Please, let's do it. You're creating all of these new rules. You're signing all this up. And then you're telling the local MLSs that they need to enforce those rules, that they need to enforce your code of ethics. You know what we could do? We could have our own local MLS have our own code of ethics. We're still going to do the right thing. We don't need you to tell us what they are and then have somebody else do your work for you. We can just have them do the work and handle everything. But I digress. That has nothing to do with today's topic. But there's a whole lot of, no different than the government. You could probably cut out the top 20% and we would operate more efficiently. How many of you agree with that? Let me know here if you agree with that. That it is way too fat. The spending is way too big. The cost is upon everybody. If every single politician has a different private jet that they're taking out and they're all flying separately, the taxpayers pay for that. Well, that's true in every industry too. That's true in the electrical industry. That's true with unions. That's true with the NAR. That's true with everybody that's involved with them. We all have to pay for that crap, including every single one of the executives that make a salary of over $2 million. You better Google it. You better Google it and see if every person that's there earns a salary of $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million to represent them by selling our data and having our phones blow up with all of the other crap that's happening right now. Because, by the way, I have a lot of members. I have a lot of members that pay me. You know why nobody's got their contact info? Because I didn't give it out. How the hell did everybody get the NAR's contact info? How did they get all of their members list? You can't get mine. How are you going to get my members? I don't sell it. Why aren't you soliciting my members? Why aren't you calling them, texting them, emailing them, getting 350 emails a day? Because I don't sell my list. Because I don't need to pay $2 million salaries to my top 5 people that work for me. So again, nobody is coming to save you. The NAR isn't. The president isn't. A president-elect. Our 45th and 47th president. None of them are going to help you. The president of your company is the one that's going to cause you to win or cause you to lose. So I'd probably vote for them. I would probably support them from now through November. I would probably have my own president make educated decisions for my business so I can succeed based on what's going on in this world out here. How many of you agree that's probably a little more personal responsibility that, frankly, every human in America needs right now? I posted this morning. I said, if you're in real estate, common sense is a superpower these days. Common sense is a freaking superpower. Like, it just doesn't even exist in today's world. You have that. You want to succeed. You have to be responsible for yourself. It's nobody else's responsibility. It's nobody else's fault. By the way, you're always going to hate everybody. Everybody sucks. I don't care who if we have a brand new presidential candidate that comes in, a man, a woman, somebody that identifies as a broccoli stem, whatever the hell people are voting for these days, if that person gets in, you're still going to hate them too. Maybe it's time to hate the way you are running your country. Instead of worrying about what's going on in the White House, maybe we worry about what's going on in our own house. Maybe we worry about what we need to do to generate business in today's economy and represent our clients the very best that we can by giving them the very best opportunity we can. And more importantly, giving them a distinct advantage to working with me. You meet a buyer in an open house. Well, the reason you should work with me exclusively is because I can get you a list of unlisted homes before they hit the open market that are available between 2% and 4.5% interest rates with the mortgages already created, and there's only 27 and a half years left on it. Would you be interested in that? Sign here. Now you got a freaking offer. You're not a commodity agent completely replaceable by their brother who's also a realtor, by their hairdresser who sells real estate on the side. You have a distinct advantage to using you. Guess what? Congratulations, President. You fixed your freaking country. You fixed your own economy. You fixed your recession. You've got revenue happening for yourself because you've made good decisions that are in the best interest of the people following you. Your Americans, buyers and sellers that are looking to buy and sell a property, and you did things to help them so they love you, they work with you, you get paid, they get happy, and they all win. That's what we're looking for. Guess what happens? All the others get out of the business. All the others get squashed. All the others, oh, they were going to pay their attorney $1,000 to handle everything, and they cut me out of the deal. Well, then you suck. Like you didn't have anything better than what an attorney can. An attorney can't even show a house. If you're intimidated by AI, if you think you can be replaced by a computer, seriously, maybe you need to step up what the hell you do for your clients. I think you're hearing a bunch of bullshit, and it's allowing you to believe that so that you can justify why you, as the president, aren't making the decisions you should be making. Because if I look at your marketing campaign right now, if I look at what you're doing over the next 72 hours to purposefully bring in motivated clients into your business, you know what it would look like if I was looking at it? It'd look like a video of me watching you stumbling over a teleprompter trying to address your city. It would be humiliating. I'd be like, do you even know what you're doing, real estate president? Do you even know? Do you have a plan for how you're going to get these people to work with you, how you're going to help them to overcome today's economic issues? Do you have a plan for this? I'm doing a video training next week on that assumable mortgages. I don't even know how I don't have like an opt-in page or anything at this point, but I'm definitely doing it next week. I believe it's going to be on Wednesday. What I can recommend for you, what I want you to do today, first of all, let me know in the comments here if that's something you're interested in. If you'd like to learn about assumable mortgages, how do I find them? How do I find the right ones? How do I find the buyer that'll match? How do I put the whole deal together? Who should handle that assumption? What do I do if the buyer's buying VA and doesn't have a VA certificate? If you want to know all of that stuff, let me know in the comments right here. But most importantly, like this video, give me the thumbs up or the like or click the little heart there or whatever, which tells me you'd like info on this. And you gotta follow the page because I'm going to release videos about this right here. I'm going to release videos about this to help you in growing your business. It's my sole purpose to make sure that you are growing your business. Your competition is sleeping right now. Your competition is stunned right now. They are not taking action in any way. They're waiting. They're waiting on this stuff to happen. Buyers and sellers are desperate right now. They need us worse than ever. You can be a hero. When they go to work, the day after they close on a home, they're going to tell every coworker there, you're not going to believe it. We got our dream home in the neighborhood we wanted, and we got a 3.5% mortgage rate on a 26-year mortgage. People are going to say, what? You better call my realtor. You want referrals? You want to base your business on sphere of influence, past clients, word of mouth? This is how you do it. You step up to do something that other agents aren't doing. You have to get trained up on how to do this. So over the next few days, through probably Monday, between now and next Monday, I'll be putting out some info on this. You may only see it once. You better jump on it. I'm doing it one time, and we're doing it to try and help our community, the agents that do want to succeed, that do want to make good choices for their own real estate business. So let me know in the comments here if that's something that you're interested in, because one thing you've got to start looking at, and I spend a lot of time talking about this with my agent members with Greg Luther Inner Circle, those that I'm coaching, I always want to know, what's your average cost per closing? Let's look at your ad spend. Let's look at what you're spending. And every time I spend $635, I get a closing. every time I spend $1,250, I get a closing. Well, Greg, every time I spend $1,900, I get a close. You know what I tell them? Don't you ever accept a referral again. When somebody calls you from the other side of the country and they say, "Will you take this 25% referral?" You'll say, "Hell no, because I only pay $1,900. I ain't paying 25%. Are you crazy?" Wait a minute. Did we just have a mind shift there? Did we have a mindset shift? You were okay paying 25%, but you didn't want to pay $1,900. That seemed crazy. That's because of your lack of confidence that it would actually happen. If you walked into your bank today and there's a dry erase board right when you walk in the lobby and it says all $20,000 CDs are on sale for $1,900, what would you say? You'd be like, "What's the catch? Are you kidding?" You would go sell everything you own. You'd be like, "I don't even need a car. I don't even need a car. Because if I just sell my car, I can buy 10 of these CDs at $20,000 each. I got 200 grand. I'll go sell my shit because I'm going to get $20,000 income for $1,900 in expenses." You know what you need to be asking yourself right now? What ads should I be running? What kind of offers should I be using? How do I handle that client when they come in? How do I make sure I can actually get that deal closed so I can turn it into actual revenue for myself? That's what you need to do with your real estate business. If you are good at what you do, you have a unique offer, and you're good at promoting it, you're winning. All of my members are winning. If they're doing what I'm telling them to do, they're winning in this market. That's why I shut down everything I'm doing and not even letting anybody else in our inner circle coaching, because I want to spend all my time focused on getting these guys successful. Guess what? It's working. It's been months. It's working. They're doing very, very well. We've got a whole bunch of them gathering in Orlando, Florida here in just a few weeks. We're all getting together for our big 2-day event. It's inner circle members only. What a huge opportunity to show everybody what's working in today's market. So see what's working for you, scale up to get that working better. And then here's what I want you to do. Once you find an offer that's working, a conversion approach that's working, how you're putting these deals together and you get them to closing, and you know what that cost per closing is, here's what I want you to do. This is the magic secret to consulting. Do more of that. It's working. Every time you spend $1,236, you get a closing. Spend double that. Spend triple that. Spend quadruple. Why do you care? You made 50 grand last month. Why do you care? You made 100 grand last month. That's how you scale up. Or sit back, close a deal every other month from your sphere, and say you're waiting on the market. You're waiting on the market what? For interest rates to go back down so you can get them to pay $100,000 over asking price? You think it's tough to get a home now? Wait till rates are lower. Are you kidding me? You can get those low rates right now. So I want you to really think about how you're putting this together and do more of that. Most importantly, I want you to keep your head up. I want you to get the guidance that you need. And I want you to do something big for your real estate business this week. I want you to do it right now. Make sure you're following this page here on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. I've got a lot of information I'm going to be putting out to you. I'm telling you now, if you don't follow, you may never see me again. This is something that can change your business and change it for the better. Now's the time to take action for yourself, but you need to go big. So 3 steps. Keep your head up. Watch that mentality you have, the stuff you're reading, the stuff you're watching. Keep your head up. You're going to succeed. Get the guidance you need to do so. I don't want you to feel positive. Well, Greg, I want to feel positive. You're an idiot if you feel positive and you don't have a game plan. You're just going to be happy as you fail. There is no such thing as thinking that you're going to be successful and magically checks show up in your bank account. I don't want you to think positively. I want you to think accurately. Am I doing the right thing to generate the kind of business that I need? Get the guidance that you need to make that happen, and then do something big for yourself. I'll be showing you some info about it. Make sure you let us know in the comments here if this is something that you are interested in as well. I'm going to do it one time. Those that are there are going to get it. They are going to have a tremendous advantage because it's the only way you can sell houses in today's market. It gets rid of every single issue that you thought was out there. I mean, look at how cool it is that we're now making this happen. We're assuming the FHA loans, and now because they have equity and it's been a few years, we can actually get this thing handled where we don't have the PMI anymore. I'll show you all that stuff. I'll show you on the training. I'll show you how you can actually represent your clients in a way that they go to work the next day and they brag about what an amazing job their real estate agent did. I'm Greg Luther. I'm excited to have you on board with us today. Make sure you're following the page. Leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye for now.